Okay, um, unboxing the Space Marine Assault Squad. Um, this is the old box set. It looks like it was made in maybe 1998. As far as I can know, not a whole lot has changed. So I will show you, well, if they're different, I'll show you what things used to be like. Back when I started playing, it was actually the year this came out. All the fun old school boxes for any of you who didn't used to play. I forgot about these. The ones that slide out. Alright, so first of all, these are one of my favorite, well, not really my favorite, but these are one of the bits that I really, really like for the Space Marines. And you can buy these separately in bags too. The jump packs. So you have 5 jump packs, 2 halves for each one. I really like the jump packs for Space Marines. And I love that you could buy packs of just the jump packs to put them on normal guys. You've also got some really awesome, actually this is a really good set. Really condensed bits here. 2 shoulder pads for one guy, a plasma pistol for the guy, a bolt pistol, and a chainsword. 3 of those there. And there's number 4 and number 5. So they actually give you a plasma pistol for every guy, which is ridiculously awesome. It's not a plasma pistol on a hand, which kind of sucks, so you do have to chop off the bolt pistol. But I'm willing to do that if they're willing to give me a plasma pistol for everybody. And then you also have the 2 halves of the torso, like with the normal Space Marines. You've got like some grenade charges and stuff. You have the legs and cool poses, and the head. And you basically have 5 of those. Each one has some different bits in it: grenades, ammo packs, knives, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, there you go. They also have 4 things of decals in here. They have ones for Blood Angel, Assault Marines, Ultramarines, Dark Angels, and more Dark Angels. So, it looks like a really good box set. Okay, so I'm going to start putting together the Assault Marines. Okay, so you got the legs, and you just glue them right onto the bottom of the base. You then have the 2 halves of the torso. Just front and back. One side has 2 little pegs, one side has 2 little holes. Just glue those together, so you have your torso. Now this part is kind of important. It's a lot easier to do now than later. So you got this, and they always have these huge, ridiculous pieces of stuff that ripped off with the sprue, unless you spent the time cutting out of the sprue, which I never do. So just take a knife and shave that off. It's much easier once they're together and before they're actually on the rest of the model. So shave those off, and then you're good to go. Okay, now you've got the torsos, and you're going to glue them on. I find it easier to always put the glue on the piece that is already on the model. So put a little dab of glue on the top of the legs. So you got the legs here, put a little glue on top, and that just kind of goes right on there. Now, there's 2 things, I should have mentioned this in an earlier video, but if you're building models, there's 2 things you want to make sure you avoid when you're putting on the torso. It's what I call like leaning. You don't want leaning guys, and you don't want limbo guys. You don't want your models way forward like this. You may think it looks cool now, but once you put on the head and set it on the table, everything's going to be so far down you're not going to be able to see any of the front of it, and it's just going to look like crap. So you don't want leaning guys, and you don't want guys like this doing the limbo. So no leaning and no limbo. Keep that in mind. We're not playing Matrix Marines, it's just Space Marines. So put it kind of nice in the middle. While you're testing it out, set it down on the table and look at it. Because when you're holding it in your hand, it's not the same angle it's going to be at when it's on the table. You never hold it flat. You think you are, but you're not. So set it on the table, take a look at it, make sure it's not leaning forward too much or anything. and keep in mind that the head is not ridiculously posable. Okay, the next thing I do is I glue on the heads. Some people wait till last to do that, but I put the head on because depending on which way I face the head and everything, it kind of really changes the way the model looks a lot. So, if he's looking to one side, I want to put if I have him looking to the right or something, I want him holding the weapons and his arms positioned like he's going that way and attacking with that side. So, I'm going to go ahead and put the heads on now. The heads that come with this kit, I don't know about the new kit. These are all the normal heads. I'm not a fan of those for the Assault Marines. I want all my Assault Marines to have these beak head things. So I'm going to use some from my Space Marine Tactical Squad kit and from my Devastator, and hopefully I'll have 5 of them. Okay, we're going to put on the arms now that I've got all of the heads glued on. If you look, all of the arms that come in this kit, I would imagine the new kit is different, but this one, all the arms are exactly the same. So I'm going to just kind of grab some bits from the Tactical Squad and some other things and kind of mix it up a little bit, but just giving them all bolt pistols, chain swords. Okay, so at this point I've glued on all of their shoulder pads. This is a really simple model to do, so it's a really good model for any beginners to the game. We're still getting used to putting together all this stuff. Yeah, you get these in the Battle Force, so I would recommend putting these guys together. If you get the Battle Force or something, putting these guys together before the Tactical Marines. You get a little bit of practice in before you have to deal with trying to get your guys to hold the bolters while you glue the arms on and everything. So the only thing that's left for these guys is the jetpacks. These come in 2 pieces, so again, really easy to glue together. Just 2 halves. They fit together perfectly, and just glue those. Okay, so I've glued the 2 halves of those jump packs together and put them on the model. And so these are now the finished models. It's probably one of the easiest models there are to build out there. This is the finished squad here. As you can see, I gave them all the beak heads. I had to steal 2 of them from some of my older models. And that's it right there. There's 5 of them in this kit. The new one still has 5. And here's what I've put together so far from my new models. Still got that Battle Force to go.